Leo, what you need to be aware of is represented by the Tower. This is a beautiful Tower card. The universe strikes this tree stump with lightning to set it on fire. Out of the tree comes life, curiosity, transformation, and growth. We have a squirrel looking in awe at what is happening around him. His foundation is being shattered, but it's a freeing moment. You may have kept yourself small or stuck in routines from a place of habit or fear, not realizing it was hindering you. The tree is covered in green growth. You have been growing, but may have got to a point where you weren't able to grow further until your circumstances changed, and you weren't willing to make the change, so the universe has given you a shove here. Your obstacle is represented by the Three of Pentacles. This is a card of collaboration, teamwork. The man on this card has a huge smile on his face as he looks down at the feminine he works with. I feel like your perception is changing. You are noticing things that bring you joy, but at the moment it's all up in your mind. You're not cementing this in reality yet, and that's your obstacle. It looks like stoplights on this card, and you're stuck on orange, but he wears a green shirt, and if he is brave enough to cement this in the reality, he will come down to the green light. I feel like taking action on your good thoughts is the obstacle, and you're just hesitant at present. In the past, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. This card upright can represent love and romance, and with it in the reverse, I feel like in the past you may have closed down to love. It wasn't a focus for you. This usually happens when we have been through loss and betrayal. I feel like until this loss, you may have been someone who wore your heart on your sleeve and expressed your love to another freely. The guy on this card has the flowers, the picnic, the love letter all ready to go. I would just remind you that regardless of what you have been through, don't forget who you are. In the future, we have the Ten of Cups in reverse, Judgment in reverse, and the Hermit in reverse. Not sure if all three of those will sit there. Now, note you've got 3 major arcana cards in this reading out of 6. So if you are faced with possibly another chance at love, don't disregard this interaction too quickly. Major arcana cards represent major life events, so this person may be crossing your path for a very important reason, regardless of whether it's for a season or more. I feel the Ten of Cups in reverse represents your self-limiting beliefs around not truly believing you are worthy of love. The Judgment card in reverse is denying yourself and others the experience of your true nature and essence. And the Hermit in reverse is the need to come out of isolation. If anything, I feel like this Tower could be as simple as you meeting someone who reminds you of who you are, as you may have forgotten due to armoring up emotionally. And then you're forced to remember and acknowledge who you are and what love is to you and what it means in your life. And that inevitably you can't authentically live without it. Let's get an Oracle card. Can we please get an Oracle card for Leo? Some advice for Leo. We've got 2. We've got Round and Round, card 25, and No Place Like Home, card 50 in the reverse. Okay, so card 25. Round and Round. Essential meaning. The spiral quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated, cycles you are challenged to break, revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. The appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backwards, the truth is that you're standing at a higher level looking down into the circumstances. You will learn something, do something better, and break a cycle set up in the past. You actually have a bird's eye view of your initial footprints and can access the wisdom and lessons learned. Relationship message. Are you wondering, how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamic with others? Maybe a little too familiar? Don't be surprised that you've found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person who may not look similar, but who you attracted because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine, as you get to do things again, only different this time, for you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. Prosperity message. If you're in a scenario that appears to be an echo of something that's already happened in the past in your work life, it's because you're being invited to see what you couldn't see before. This is a perfect time for you to look at the deeper motives you have and the attraction to the opportunities and people who have entered your life to be a part of your journey to prosperity. Who helps you navigate? Who sabotages you? Who supports you? What are the familiar signs and your responses to them? When you find yourself in a repeat of a pattern of the past, it's a good time to get a coach or mentor who can help you see what you can't on your own. Repeat what works, not what doesn't. Then you will free yourself from the old cycles and cease going around and around. Now, card 50. Okay, protection message. There are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we all look for certainty for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that there you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is really what feels familiar, and you will attract and be drawn to the very thing you don't want anymore. This time will not be different unless you do something different. That's what I have for you, Leo. I hope something in this reading resonates for you.